Okay, so I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I'm starting to hear the sound of rushing water. So I'm only assuming that I should be getting close, so shouldn't be too much further on this trail, which by the way is the difficult level for the trail was, I have to say, easy. I've been moving pretty quick, playing leapfrog with the family and their baby as I stop and do video, and as they stop and adjust the carrier for their child. We've been playing leapfrog, so it's been fun. But yeah, so from the sounds of it, I should be getting close. So as soon as I get there, I'll let you know.
Hide with me, hide with me, hide with me. Come and hide with me, hide with me, hide with me.
Okay, I made it out to my site. I really hope that you're going to be able to hear me over these waterfalls. I know it's going to be quite loud. Hopefully it's not too distracting for the video. I found my first composition. You'd be amazed on what I had to go through to get to this location. It's extremely difficult. To make sure I packed all my gear in Ziploc, big Ziploc baggies, put it in my backpack, and I used my tripod to help work my way through some water. I had to get my feet wet, but that's all right. You got to do what you got to do to get to the shot you want. And this looks like it's going to be a really good composition. I'm going to do a vertical portrait composition with this. Big Niagara is going to be at the top of the right-hand top of the frame, and then it's going to just start to trail all the way down. And there's some old driftwood, old dead driftwood right here in front of me that's sticking up in the bottom lower section of the Big Niagara Falls, and it's creating a leading line, and it's pointing directly up to the main part of the falls. So without any filters on right now, at f11, it's at 1/60th of a second at ISO 100. But I'm definitely going to go for a long exposure. This is definitely one of those times where I wish I would have purchased my circular polarizer before this trip. It's definitely going to be in an Amazon box here real soon. But anyway, so I'm going to go back and forth and look at the Little Stopper and Big Stopper to see what kind of long exposures I can get with this first composition that I've gotten for this one. So the first image here, I'll take you off the tripod and I'll let you look at what I'm seeing in camera and in front of me, so you'll have an idea of what I'm looking at. Okay, so you can see in camera what I was talking about for the composition. You can see that piece of driftwood starting on the bottom left-hand frame, working its way up throughout the whole frame, and then right at the top of the frame is going to be where Big Niagara is at the top right hand of the frame. So I'm going to draw back out away from it and let you see on the G85 kind of like what I'm looking at. It's just it's beautiful here. I just can't tell you enough how beautiful it is. And you know, it's the middle of the day. I mean, it's definitely harsh lighting up in the sky, but I'm not going to add a lot of the sky in any of the frames that I'm going to do today for these falls. So yeah, it's just gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful here. All right, let's get back to the image. Okay, so the first one I'm going to put on is the Little Stopper. We're going to see what we get for shutter speed, what it looks like with the Little Stopper. Like no filter. So I just want to make sure that getting the correct exposure to the lead little stopper. 6 knots at 1/25th of a second. Yeah, that's about right. It's telling me it was about 1.5 second shutter speed. Now I don't think that's going to be long enough to really do what I want to do to slow this water down and get that motion blur in the water. So I'm going to go ahead and take this frame just to see what it looks like. As always, dealing with filters, make sure you always focus on the point you want prior to putting your filter system on. Make sure the VR is turned off and your autofocus is turned off as well. I have it on a 2-second timer, that way I can hit the shutter release button. 2 seconds will go by, the camera will be nice and steady, and it'll take me. You know, actually, half a second doesn't look all that bad. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and switch to the big stopper just to see what kind of difference it does for the unit, and I'll let you know what the timing is for the big stopper versus the little stopper. We'll bump this up instead of a half a second, we'll go to 1 full second with the little stopper first. Yeah, you know, I really like what I'm getting with just a little stopper. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead real quick, let the big stopper on, see how much time I get with it, and see what it looks like with the big stopper. Give me a second. Okay, so with the big stopper, it's looking like I'll get about 6 seconds of exposure time. And I'm not sure if that's just going to be either too long and completely take everything away from this water, so let's go ahead and give it a shot. Again, 6 seconds, F11, ISO 100, 2-second timer. It's going to be hard to choose which one I want. But honestly, it's looking like the big stopper is bringing a better photo, which is the way I think it looks. I think it looks a lot better. So it's an absolutely beautiful image. So there it is. Okay, so I've found the second spot where I want to get a composition at. I just moved up about, crossed over and moved up about 20 or 30 feet away from where I was last standing. Right now I'm just going to try to catch the large pool that sits right in front of the main waterfall and try to capture as the water comes into it and swirls around. I want to try to find a good enough shutter speed where I can try to get some of those circular motion with that water, the white foam, try to get that circular motion and still capture the waterfall itself as the main top right hand part of the frame. So when I got here and I got set up, I took a couple of practice shots with the big stopper. Big stopper was getting me about 15 seconds exposure time, and what that was doing, it was completely taking everything away from the pool in front of me. It made the waterfall look great, but so I switched to the little stopper, and now I'm able to get about 2.5 seconds shutter speed, which is still keeping some of that circular patterns in the water like I really wanted to see. So what I'll do is I'll take you off the tripod, spin you around again like I normally do, and show you what I'm looking at, and kind of give you an idea of what I was talking about with this white foam making circular patterns in the water. Okay, so here's the view that I'm looking at in live view on the camera itself. So you can see the big pool is going to be the majority of the frame, with the waterfall just up in the right hand corner of the frame. So what I'm trying to do though is utilize the water as it comes down off the waterfall, creates that pattern, and all the water kind of makes a circular motion around inside this pool. So that's what I'm really trying to capture right now. And I've got the little stopper on, F11 with 2.5 seconds shutter speed at ISO 100. Still running a 2-second timer. Okay, so you're back on the tripod. Getting ready to take the image right now so we can move on to our next location. Final settings that we've got, as I just mentioned a second ago, is f11, 2.5 seconds, ISO 100, lead little stopper, and a 2-second timer. That's absolutely gorgeous. Alright. Okay, so now let's go look for another image. Alright, for the final image that I'm going to get here at the waterfalls, I just went ahead and primarily just turned the camera around, moved over a few feet, and I'm going to try to capture the stream going away from the waterfalls. I went back to the Fleet Big Stopper because I wanted to get a longer shutter speed to try to get most of the water as it goes throughout the scene nice and smooth. I've got more sky in this image than I've used before because I've got some nice clouds in the sky. It's not all blue, so it might add some contrast, some nice contrast between the lower half of the frame and the upper half of the frame. But what I'm doing though is I'm getting about a 20-second exposure time, and it's kind of blowing that sky out. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to grab probably a 0.9 soft edge neutral density filter, drop it in on that sky just to try to bring some of that texture back, some of that blue that's inside those clouds back as well. So let me get that out, let me put it in there, and then we'll talk through everything and we'll get this image, and then we'll move on to the next waterfall. Okay, so I've got that soft edge grab put in there. Still getting 20 seconds, f11, ISO 100, lead big stopper, 0.9 soft edge, graduated filter. 2-second timer, 20 seconds. Absolutely gorgeous. I think I got three really good images from this Big Niagara, so let's go ahead and pack things up and move over to the next waterfall.
Just got out, something's wrong. I waited out, wounds on my feet. Where will you be? Flickering the memories, the Polaroids yellowed in the sun, longing to be seen. So come and hide with me, hide with me, hide with me. Come and hide with me, hide with me, hide with me.
So I'm walking back from just finishing up shooting Big Niagara Falls, so I'm headed back to the truck so we can jump in it and head over to Katadhin Stream Falls, which I think is about 2.5 or so miles from here, and then another mile or so hike. But as I'm walking back, I'm sitting here thinking, you know, I'm pretty excited about some of the images that I was able to capture at these two waterfalls here, Little and Big Niagara here in Baxter State Park. And as I'm walking back and my feet are squishing and squashing in my wet boots, you know, it got me thinking, you really just got to get out of your comfort zone and get your feet wet, figuratively and literally. You know, you got to get out there and get to the spots where typically folks wouldn't brave to go to get a good shot. You know, for the Little Niagara, I think I was in the water twice, standing in the dang water, getting images. So hopefully they turn out. Yeah, so hopefully they turn out, and I mean, I just feel really good out here today, and this whole weekend it's been really good. I think yesterday during the Double Top Mountain hike, I think I covered 14.5 miles total all day long. All right, so that's big for me, and most of it was climbing a dang mountain, so definitely get my exercise in. Always make sure that you sign back out of the trail that you were on, just so they know, the rangers know that you are off the trail and everybody is safe. And we're out. Now we're off to get ourselves over to Katadhin Stream Falls as soon as possible so we can catch that one before we have to head out of here.
If